quick look at the Schumann resonance, a little bit of background noise, no major spikes. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, small sunspots turning towards the Earth, but no major activity to speak of. Coming over here to the Space Weather Prediction Center, you can see an inbound CME that's going to come very close to the Earth, just missing the Earth sometime tomorrow. Should not create any type of geomagnetic storms. Quick update on the power outage situation down in Louisiana following the landfall of Hurricane Ida. After landfall, there were over 1 million customers, between 1 million and 1,000,001, without electricity. They're now down to 677,000 customers. That's still a large number, but they've came a long way in a week's time following the landfall of a major hurricane. Speaking of major hurricanes, Hurricane Larry continues to churn out in the central Atlantic Ocean, expected to remain a major hurricane for the next 3 days, then downgrading to a Category 3 as it goes very close to the island of Bermuda. Bermuda is now in the cone. This is the latest update from the National Hurricane Center regarding Hurricane Larry, and the waves are still predicted to be above 50 feet for an extended period of time, still in the 55, 56, and even 57-foot range. Over here at VentureSky.com, this was updated today, November 4th of 2021, still showing waves of 57 feet tall. These are forecasts. They can and will change. They could be smaller. They could even be higher, I suppose. But this is November 10th at 5 a.m., looking at 57-foot waves out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I want to take you guys now over to the Yellowstone Supervolcano Caldera. What you see here in the center of these seismographs is Yellowstone Lake. Up here you see an unusual looking seismograph. That's north of Yellowstone Lake. Here's what's going on. Something occurred at the seismograph around 2 p.m. in the afternoon local time near the supervolcano Caldera. You can also see a red vertical line that indicates earthquake activity about 8 hours later on most of these seismographs. But something occurred prior to the earthquakes occurring that I'm about to share with you that occurred north of Yellowstone Lake. I found a 3.0 and a 2.6 that occurred yesterday evening around 10:51 p.m. The 3.0 was a shallow quake coming in at 3.4 miles deep, and that would be right up in here just north of Yellowstone Lake. I'm going to take you there on Google Earth. This is north of Yellowstone Lake. Right there's Yellowstone Lake. The earthquakes occurred right in here, not far from Yellowstone River. Here's the earthquakes, 3.0, 2.6. This is Wrangler Lake. This is Wrangler Lake right there. Yellowstone River over here on the left. Yellowstone River over here next to the earthquakes. And the earthquakes occurred right there in that exact spot. See that area that looks like South Carolina on the map? That's not South Carolina. That is north of Yellowstone Lake at the Yellowstone Supervolcano. That's where the earthquakes occurred, and that is also where this ground anomaly occurred at the Supervolcano Caldera. Have never seen anything like it, but you can see when it started right in here, and that would be in the middle of the afternoon local time. The earthquakes, once again, occurred at night, 10:51 p.m., not in the middle of the afternoon. So did this create the earthquakes? I don't think it was vice versa. Either way, something strange occurred at the Yellowstone Supervolcano, and we're just simply keeping an eye on it. And all of these red vertical lines you see on most of these seismographs around the supervolcano are localized earthquake activity. Coming over here to the global earthquake seismographs that you see over here at the USGS website, not any indication of large earthquakes anywhere. Sometimes when there's large earthquakes around the world, they do show up over here at the caldera. That's not the case. These are local earthquakes at the supervolcano. So anytime you have earthquake activity at a supervolcano anywhere in the world, it's kind of a big deal, no matter how big the earthquakes are. What this looks like is some sort of ground movement